yeah, 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 yeah. Step into the den where the stories ignite. Legends in the making, all the ones in the light. They walk through the fire, they've danced with the fight. Barely holding back, but their words take flight. Barely legends, yeah, we're breaking the scene. Raw truth, no fluff, every word is clean. From the top of the game to the ones unseen. Barely legends where the dream gets me. Yeah, we got tales from the rise and the climb so steep. Bars of wisdom hidden in the secrets they keep. Mic in the hand, truth rolls so deep. Barely legends waking giants from sleep. Barely legends, yeah, we're breaking the scene. Raw truth, no fluff, every word is clean. From the top of the game to the ones unseen. Barely legends where the dream gets me. Barely scratching the surface, but
Just jump right in. Um, I want to hear about your football story a little bit first, because you have a big social media following. I know you played a little bit. I looked it up, and I'm already gonna forget the name of the college you played at. But you played there for a little bit. Now you played for um, Duluth, right?
Yep.
Last
Yep.
year. And then now you're obviously you're gonna be at the training camp for the Steamulars. So I would love to hear kind of how you got here, how you decided to kind of jump into the social media world and kind of go on that route.
Yeah. Yeah, so about 10 years ago, like, when I was in middle school, I propped up my iPod and was in the driveway posting basketball videos, so I've been posting content for what seems like forever. Um, and then, obviously, I'm super competitive, I love sports, love being on a team. That led me to play college football. I wasn't really highly recruited or anything. Division 3 guy, I knew I was going D3. I was okay with that, I just wanted to play for as long as I could and make the most out of whatever
Hmm.
opportunities that I had. Um, and then did decent at stout. I feel like I still was getting better towards the end of the college career. Um, then yeah, Eau Claire had a team come up the arena league. Tried out for them, documented everything, and people really liked seeing it because one, not a lot of people know about arena football,
Hmm.
and two, I'm not the typical like, I'm short, white, I'm a corner, not the typical, pro football player, I
Hey,
guess.
Cooper
And
DeJean's made it possible now.
yeah, no, I know that's true. Um, but I feel like just people liked watching it, and here we are.
Yeah.
Just yeah,
So how did it? I mean, how did it progress? So like you're at what 304,000 on Instagram. I want to say like 80,000 on YouTube or something like that. How did it progress into that? Like, how do you find what that niche is and build on that? Because that's crazy. I gotta admit,
yeah,
it was a little weird being at the tryouts and then like just kind of looked over because I didn't necessarily know who you were. I talked to Aiden, who was
yeah,
actually filming for you. I had talked to
yeah,
him a few times on Instagram and kind of introduced myself, and then he pointed me or you out to me. I was like, "Hey, you should check out Richie for the podcast because you got a big social media following and you've got a cool story." Uh, so how do you find that niche and like kind of build on that and kind of keep going forward with that?
yeah. I mean, I did it a little bit in college, showed what the life of a D3 athlete was like. No one knows about Division 3 sports. And so I kind of showed what a game day is like. And I feel like it surprised a lot of people and like the level of competition. Um, you know, we didn't have the nicest things, but we
Yeah.
still got a ton of things that was awesome. Like I I wanted to show it to social media and people liked it. And then, you know, after my college career, I was like, shit, I got a platform, I don't really know what to do.
Hmm.
And then I just kind of decided quickly that, hey, screw it, I'm gonna try and keep playing no matter what, no matter if it's like semi-pro or whatever, because I love training, I love competing against, you know, i- competing in a sport with a team, teammates. Love everything about football.
Mhm.
And so I want to keep doing that for as long as possible. I said, let's do it. And, arena football is kind of the same thing. Like no one really knows about it.
Right.
You know, there's great parts of it, there's bad parts, just like Division 3. People are curious. And I feel like when people are curious about a topic, that's kind of where you could get in and do something that no one really has done before. People on YouTube have obviously played arena football and made YouTube videos about it, but I feel like I'm like an actual football player first.
Mhm.
I went to college pretty much just to play football, and then I started, documenting it. So
Right.
if you can find something that people like, football, obviously amazing sport. Everyone loves football, but NFL players can't give the access that the audience necessarily wants. Like
Yeah.
they're not going to be vlogging during the games or making
Right.
and so I kind of do that for, people that are interested in it. So it's been working and I'm excited.
Yeah, plus it's a little bit more relatable at least too, like
Yeah, 100%.
have you
Yes.
found it, have you had any pushback at all? Like, obviously there's not like you said, there's some negatives to I mean, both sides. You're not the highest paid person in the world, you're not, like D3, you said that, like, you're not getting all the benefits that, like, D1 athletes are getting. Have you had any pushback of kind of being real and showing, the audience kind of what the truth is behind it from the teams you've worked with or been on?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I kind of, there's bad things about Division 1 athletics,
Yeah,
like they're getting paid so much. You pretty much are owned by that college team.
right.
They have, they could cut you, they have the power over you. So that's the same as anywhere. There's bad things. And I'm not necessarily wanting to use my platform to like tear down
Right.
leagues or teams. Um, but at a point, I guess you have to share your story, especially when I'm sharing my life. I only have my opinion, and you know, I got cut from a team. It was a first year team, and it wasn't the best situation, but it was still amazing players. The coaches were great, like, but there were bad parts. Duluth was really amazing, and loved everything about it. As far as like being real, I would say sometimes in my social media, I kind of think of it as like reality TV.
Right.
I'm dramatizing things, and this is the worst day of my life, or this is the best thing that's ever happened, because that's the language that, gets views and ultimately makes me have a living and
Yeah.
makes money for me. So I think of it reality TV. If, and a lot of people on social media will say, be real, be authentic, whatever. But, I kind of have a different approach on that. And it's reality TV for me. I'm
Yeah.
playing a character, and that's what the audience knows me as. And if I can inspire people with the person that I'm portraying, I feel like that's a good handoff. Um, you know.
Yeah. So, so I would love to hear about your transition because I've always found this interesting. Transition into arena football. Did you find it kind of tough at first to kind of the pace of play is way different. The I mean defense is incredibly hard in arena football because it's kind of based around scoring.
Yeah.
You get way less room to work with. You kind of just you they have to go very short amount of distance to score on you. So what was it like in the transition to arena football, and how did you find that? Especially as like I haven't heard from a DB yet. Like how was that transitioning to you?
Um, it's a little weird, I guess. The schemes and concepts are so. And I was in a 7-on-7 league, so there were even less
Yeah,
players. The IFL is 8-on-8, but you know, the two teams that I was with, the scheme was so basic, and obviously with another person, you get so many more options and what you could run on defense. But the scheme was basic, and it wasn't necessarily, in like an outdoor 11-on-11 scheme is almost everything. That's
right.
why Ben Johnson is so great because nothing really changed. Caleb's the same Caleb, but
Mhm.
the plays that are being called. So the scheme is the big part, and then there's just so much action all the time. Like if you're not getting a tackle, you're damn near doing something wrong on
Yeah.
every play. And I like it. On defense, I think it's more fun because there's always something happening. You should be in every single play. You're not going to be caught on the other side of the field when they run, like a out to the other sideline. That's not going to happen in arena.
Right.
But I'm excited to kind of learn this new game, I guess, because 8-on-8, you know, is a lot different. And already at the tryout, we kind of learned some things that was even more complicated than I ran last year. So I'm
Yeah.
excited to kind of see see the game and learn a whole new game. Cause yeah, you know, it's different. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. You said a little bit. So you're gonna be on the roster for the training camp. I know you said you're a little bit excited about kind of learning the new teams and stuff. What is it that you're most excited about, kind of stepping up to the IFL world?
And like you said, something different. This made me think of it. The big thing for me was arena. It just didn't feel the same as college,
Hmm.
and I don't necessarily think anything will because you with these guys 4 years, you come in as a freshman and you're scared and you're, doing everything together for 4 years, and then you go to arena. It's like you get a 1 week training camp, so it can't be the same. But I already, Coach Ross sent the practice schedule, and I'm excited to have that structure, and it just seems so much more professional. And I've always been a big advocate. Like even when I was at D3, it's like you don't have to be in the NFL to be professional.
Hmm.
You're professional by the way you act, by the way you carry yourself. And I don't necessarily think everyone thinks like that.
Hmm.
Um, but that's coming from me. Like I really don't care about the label you put on it. The D1, D2, D3. I don't care. I'm gonna act like I'm in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for the structure, and obviously Coach Ross has amazing experience, and just kind of getting used to a different league, and
Yeah.
just super excited. Yeah,
What are your overall football goals? Are you trying to get to higher levels every day? Like I know a lot of guys, they kind of realize that, hey, NFL is kind of out of grasp, but like the CFL or overseas, is that ever something that would be interesting to you, or are you kind of sticking to home base here in the like U.S. area, or what is your
yeah,
ultimate goal?
yeah. It it's never been the NFL. Like I know who I am, I know what I am,
Hmm.
but that's not to say that I can't get to the NFL my own way. Like I said about being professional and all that stuff. Um, I treat this like the NFL and like whatever, but the NFL's never been the goal. I'm really enjoying arena football right now. That last year, my first year playing was amazing. Obviously, my social media did really well, and I really built an audience and what feels like a community.
Hmm.
And I'm excited to try and do the same thing, but multiply it this year. Overseas is something that I've obviously thought about. Coaches, Australia, I thought about. But I just don't know if I wanna leave my family and
Yeah.
make that sacrifice. Um, but the CFL, UFL, obviously I'm never gonna say never about anything because I didn't think I'd be able to get to this point,
Right.
or people probably thought I wouldn't be able to. So never say never, but
Right.
for right now, I'm just happy where I am.
Yeah, and I want to like the maturity to be like, hey, the NFL isn't necessarily. I know what I am. I'm not going to be there. What at what point did you like realize that wasn't a thing? Because like that's a tough, like, as a football player, you're like, hey, I'm not going to get there. Like it's like football
Yeah.
player wise, I'm not going to get there. How did you come to that? And I mean, at what point did you come to that?
Yeah, I mean, so in high school, until my senior year, I wanted to play basketball in college.
Mm.
Basketball is my main sport. didn't even think about playing football. Then I played football senior year and was like, "Damn, I kinda like it." So I never really thought, "Oh, I'm not gonna be in the NFL." Like, I'm so sad. I never even it was never really an option, I guess, you
Yeah.
know? But that's not to say that I don't think that I could do some things like NFL players or maybe
Yeah.
even better than NFL corners, I feel like I have a unique I'm not fast. I'm not as fast as NFL guys. I'm not as tall as NFL corners, but I feel like I can press people off the line just the same. But anything else, obviously, NFL guys are, crazy, um,
Right.
athletic. But I feel like I can hold my own in some regards to that. Um, yeah,
Did you play basketball in college too, or did you just stick to football?
just football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, and I wanted to. Are you? I thought I saw your. Are you Wisconsin? Are you up in Wisconsin?
Yep.
So how are you a
Yeah.
Bears fan in Wisconsin? Like that's
Yeah.
interesting.
I'm
Obviously
like,
not mad about it, but
I'm from like 4 hours north of Madison. So I'm way up there.
okay.
But my family's from Chicago.
Okay.
And so I grew up Bears fan my whole life, never gonna change.
So
Love the Bears.
your family threw you into this problem.
Hey, it's not looking like a problem
No,
anymore.
but as of
It
previous
has been.
years, just threw you into the
Yes.
depression from that. Well, let's talk a little bit Bears. Like, I know you're a Bears fan, obviously, like you said, but um, what are I mean, where were you at the beginning of the season? What were your expectations and count everything? I know you've seen as of now up to this point, but at the beginning of the season, what were your expectations? What were you hoping for?
I thought 10 wins. 10 wins, and that's the Super Bowl. Like, if they win
Yeah,
10 games, that's I thought they'd probably go 500, but 10 wins was they'll probably get in the playoffs, whatever. Maybe they'll lose first round, but who cares?
yeah,
10 wins, that was the goal. But now it's like they just kept winning. After the
yeah,
first 2 weeks, everyone's giving up on Caleb and blah blah blah. It's like he's so young and he makes throws that I've never seen a Bears quarterback do
yeah,
or even any quarterback. Like and then people want to say Jordan Love so good and obviously growing up north, it's like I wish you guys saw the Bears like I did. Like
yeah.
Caleb is so talented and yeah.
The most annoying thing is that Jordan Love, like, you're not supposed to throw off your back foot, and that like somehow that's how he throws back. It's so annoying.
And then and then they're always wide fucking open.
Yeah,
They're wi like,
yeah.
and, ah, he doesn't make good throws.
No,
He just I mean, he gives the receivers a chance, but I've never seen him really do a whole lot that's like, "Dang, that's a really good quarterback."
yeah,
Whereas Caleb, I feel like towards this end of the year, he just started to be like, "Okay, he's a legit guy."
yeah,
Everything else was kinda scheme, Ben Johnson, but
yeah. Everybody's so quick to throw Caleb under the bus after last year, even though like the more stories have come out where it's like nobody worked with him, nobody did anything to help him, like all of that. It's like, and then also I think the biggest thing that the Bears did this year that I never understood why they didn't do last year was they brought in a veteran quarterback. Last year, their most
yeah,
veteran quarterback had a year. Like that,
yeah,
nobody knows how to play quarterback in the NFL if you're going to do that. So bringing in Case Keenum, I think, was the number one thing you could have done, and they did
yeah,
it. And it actually was like, okay, this is how you teach Caleb to be a professional in the NFL because we don't none of us expect Case to hit the field, and I'm sure Case never expected to hit the field, like obviously the preseason stuff, but he knew his job to come in there and just teach, just be a good role model,
yeah,
and like, hey, this is how you read NFL teams from a quarterback standpoint instead of just the coach kind of beaming it in your head over and over again.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I think that was the number one thing they could have done, and I was screaming last year of like, why do we have three basically rookie quarterbacks? I know. Taysom had 4 games as a starter, but yeah, it
Yeah,
was just the craziest thing in the world. Uh,
yeah,
give me some of your. I would love to hear. Uh, well, one, I would love to hear being a cornerback. Um, like, who are some inspirations of how you play your play style? I know you kind of got into it a little late, so I'm sure you kind of looked at other people to
yeah,
build off of that. So I would love to hear that, and then I'd also love to hear like Mount Rushmore of Bears players from because you're kind of in that same generation I am. My
yeah,
co-host is in his 40s, so he like was alive for the '85 Bears, so he has a lot of them on it. Obviously we were not there for that, so I would love to hear some of your generation, like what you think is your
yeah. I'll say the first part. Um, I mean, I always loved football. Like as a kid, Bears, everything, football,
mhm,
football. I just never thought I'd play in college. Like I played it all through high school, but just kind of decided out of nowhere that I want to play football in college instead of basketball. But
mhm,
I'd say inspiration. One of the guys that really I looked at was Peanut Tillman because punching the football out is like I think it's a skill,
yeah,
So I practiced it in college every game. I mean, my hands were like swollen, and I think I definitely broke stuff in my hands from games, but like um that's a skill. I feel like peanut punch kind of revolutionized something, and
yeah,
that's cool. Um, any other inspirations? I mean, it's hard because no one's quite like a short corner, and I'm heavier too, so I'm stronger at the line, I guess. I obviously watch a lot of NFL guys for technique and stuff.
mhm,
Um, Charles Tillman, I'll say that. I like Jaquan Brisker the way he plays. As far as Mount Rushmore, say up top, Johnny Knox, by far my favorite
yeah,
Bears player of all time. Obviously, Hester is with him too, um, but I don't know why I got a Johnny Knox jersey, and I think I just kind of liked him a lot. But who else do I have? Could put Tariq Cohen up there. He was so fun to watch.
yeah.
And one more. I mean, I'll include Tillman instead of Hester because Hester's too. He's he's the greatest returner of all time,
Yeah,
so he's on a different list. One more Bears player.
that's where it always gets tough. Is like that last
I
guy.
know. I'll put Jaquan Brisker up there
Yeah,
just because I was super big on him when got drafted. He kind of hasn't done a whole lot, but like he is like an enforcer
yeah,
at safety. And if you just watch him, which I just catch myself watching him, he's always just flying into people.
yeah,
Sometimes late,
yeah,
but and he also hates the Packers. I just know that he hates them.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
but
definitely. Uh, Sweet. Yes, but my Mount Rushmore is so I've got Urlacher. I've always been an Urlacher
I know I'm looking at his jersey right now. I
fan.
was thinking about putting him on there, but
Yeah, he's always been like my number one guy. A weird one that I've got up there is Jay Cutler. I don't know why. I loved watching Jay Cutler just because he was like I I even love going back and like there's a guy that made he makes a bunch of videos on like TikTok and stuff where it's like I know he's done like the big boy interception, and he made a Jay Cutler edit, and it's like, look out, Alshon, it's a missile, and he freaking just
oh
domes
yeah, yeah,
Alshon
yeah,
Jeffrey in the
yeah.
back of the head. Just I loved his like, if he would have
Jay
cared, he would have been
Cutler.
such a great quarterback. But the
Yeah,
fact that he just like didn't let anything bother him and like could care less whether they won or not, as long as like, hey, I'm getting paid at the end of the day. I think that was the funniest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's controversial, and I know that, but it was just like a fun era of like, and like the Bears weren't half bad when he was there, so it's kind of fun too. Um, Matt Forte is a running back that I will always have up there because he was. I wish he was on a team that actually kind of went far. I feel like he was always kind of in a just a crap spot of not getting to, and he was always overlooked. Like there was like, I mean, he's going up against
Yeah.
AP, Arian Foster, all those guys, but like he was right up there too. And he was a great dual running back, where he was a great wide receiver and a great running back. Um, and then most of I would I usually I put Hester up there too. Just as like, I mean, I think when you think Bears, you kind of think him. Um, just kind of all of his returns, the Super Bowl return, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's tough not to have up there. But yeah, those are. It's a. I get laughs when I tell the Jay Cutler just because like it's dumb,
I
but like
mean,
he's fun.
he,
Before Caleb, he's probably one of the best quarterbacks we had. So
yeah, he probably was the
yeah,
best.
so
Yeah.
yeah, it's always been a fun list to have though because it's just. But we got kind of screwed in an era of where like there was just so much. There's been so much turnover on the rosters that's like it's hard to like
Yeah.
be a fan. Like all of our wide receivers are gone within a couple of years. Um, the defense is somewhat steady, but like a lot of times it rotates pretty quickly. Like Kyle Fuller, I loved him, and then he was like gone as soon as like any regime
Yeah.
rolled over. So it's like it's always been tough to like fall in love with a player because you kind of like expect them to just be gone within the next couple of years, and it's like
I
okay,
know. That's why I'm scared for next year. It's like, who's gonna leave? Because I think Jaquan Brisker's probably.
well we got like a ton of the secondary in contracts coming up. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, do you get rid of Fired? Like, I don't want to because he's such a great piece, but at
Yeah,
the
and
same
I mean,
time,
he's having a good year, but is he gonna want money?
yeah,
He's gonna want to get paid. He's just too old to
yeah,
pay. Like,
right. So
but
it's
I
tough.
mean, Roquan Smith was another one, like
Yeah,
one of the best, and then he's gone.
yeah.
Uh,
Akeem Hicks like was
Montgomery,
awesome, and then it just
Demo.
seemed like he just disappeared once the Bears kind of got good again, and then it's like gone. So it's always
Yeah,
just been like rotation of like I don't know who to fall in love with because like I said, they're just gonna be gone. Like it's gonna be a I'm just gonna be
yeah,
heartbroken all the time. So player
yeah,
wise, it's always been like I always like player wise like root for obviously Bears players, but like I always root for like Hawkeye players. Like I'm a big Iowa fan, so whenever like Cooper Dean, obviously right now, all the tight ends that you can list in the NFL right now, and then like the linemen, and then there's always been like random uh like corners and stuff that have come out of Iowa that just like uh Amir Hooker is like still making a name for himself. Geno Smith or Geno Stone. So like a lot of those players, it's kind of like I follow them, but Bears players, it's
yeah,
always been hard to like I said, hard to keep.
yeah,
Honestly, it's hard to keep up with them, and I'm actively watching them, and it's like,
yeah.
especially like this
No, I
year,
get,
we're like five.
and they gotta be good too, I guess. Like,
Yeah,
2018, you knew the whole D line. Sometimes I'm like, shit, we who the hell is 97?
yeah,
Or obviously Andrew Billings, I think, but
yeah,
like that, I'm like, once they're good, then
yeah,
I know more 2018 Bears than I do
right.
2024 Bears. Maybe it's changing now, but
Yeah, like I'll go through rosters, old rosters, and I'm like, oh crap, he played for the Bears. Like I completely forgot that just because
yeah,
it's so short lived. Like and like you
yeah,
said, if they're not good, it's hard to like keep up with them. And then by the time they get good, it seems like those guys rotated out. They're gone next year. So like 2018 and 2019, everybody freaking left. It's like okay, what what do we do now? Because I don't know who.
yeah,
And then like right now, we're well, right now it's better, but like we were on practice squad linebackers and corners. Like who the heck? I don't
yeah,
know any of these guys, and I've
yeah,
actively been watching. I do a podcast on them. I have no
yeah,
idea who they are. So it's
yeah.
just been crazy.
Deshaun Wright kind of made a name for himself,
Yeah,
but even him, I mean, yeah,
he's a
he's been fun to watch. He's like a Diggs type of guy,
yeah
He's
he's
turnovers name of the game, but
yeah, but the day to day freaking stuff. It's like I mean Ricky Pearsall just tore him apart just because he
Yeah.
He's just a great route runner, and Brock Purdy's gonna get the ball to him on time and not gonna
Yeah.
screw up like a lot of the other quarterbacks. So yeah, he's a very like home run ball type of guy where he's gonna get
Yeah.
you a turnover, and it's very
Which is
exciting.
fine. I
Yeah.
mean, it's good to have those guys, you know?
The only problem is like I feel like our roster is made up of on corners at least. It feels like they all kind of play like a nickelback corner where like all of them are trying to be like your Kyler Gordon type, where it's like, hey, we need you to be kind of our special type of guy that like seeks out the interceptions or the fumbles, but like we don't other than Jalen, we don't really have like the cover guy that like just does
Yeah.
coverage
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But where do you think they're gonna go?
You know, I feel like a lot changed within since when we played the Packers
Hmm.
uh the second time to now. After the second time I'm like, dude, I do not want to play the Packers in the playoffs, even at home.
Yeah,
Like anyone else, literally anyone. I'd rather play Tom Brady
yeah,
and the Patriots than the Packers.
yeah.
But now I'm leaning like, all right, how sick would it be to knock the Packers out of the playoffs?
Also, like
At
that's the only path that's like you're not just serving yourself up to die. Like
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
everybody else, because
So
I think it's Packers, and then I think you'd go to if you got the 2 seed, you got Packers, and you go like Eagles or Bucks, Panthers, and probably the Eagles. But like, I'd rather play them than any of the freaking NFC West,
yeah, that's crazy.
which is
Matthew Stafford's that's crazy.
yeah,
He's so good. He's so old.
yeah. Because you got him, you got Darnold. That even when he has bad games, that like Darnold has, like the defense is so good that they don't care. And
Yeah,
then
beat
bringing
yeah, beat the Packers in the playoffs. Anything else?
yeah,
I'm just I'm just happy.
if we to me if we won one playoff game, like I think like holy crap, like because everything. So I was kind of on the same page as you, where I was like, give me a winning season. Give me a winning season. I'd be so happy for that because it all that means is like we're on the next step. But now we're just playing with house money. It's like, okay, next year's gonna be so exciting. Like we actually have
Yeah, but
expectations.
I mean, I'm thinking like, damn, look at the Lions, how good they were,
Yeah,
and not it's not every year. It's hard to win football
yeah,
games in the NFL, so why not this year?
yeah,
It's wide open. Technically, we just played neck and neck with the best team in the
yeah,
NFC. Supposedly best team. So we have the formula: defense, take away the football, run game, Caleb make a couple great plays, and then coaching obviously one of the best in the league. So
yeah,
why not this year?
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, Richie, it was awesome having you on. I'm pumped to see you at the training camp this year. Hopefully, we
Yeah,
get to see you on the floor for the Steamwheelers this year. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on, man.
yeah,
Love to hear from you later in the season, like I said. And yeah, like I said, we're very excited to see you here in the Quad
yeah.
Cities. So
Thank you. I'm excited to try and do what I can and
yeah,
show what it has to offer. I appreciate you and bear down.
yeah, awesome. Well, I'll talk to you later, man.
Yep,
Bye.
bear down, man.